It's Monday morning, we just woke up.
And we're gonna go case a bunch of shit and get heat stroke.
So we're at the bike ranch. Andy's dropping in. Andy's an animal. So it had been a few years since I rode these jumps, and it took me a few run-ins to get them. But at the end of the day, I got them done. I didn't case anything too bad, and they're really fun jumps. They're a little trickier to get down than big jumps at Whistler, but once you do get them down, they're a lot more satisfying because you get better air and they're smoother. Alright, so trip in review. What went well, what didn't go well? I definitely had a few phone calls in trip that I would have rather not had about furniture that people wanted to sell, and my staff couldn't really make decisions on how to purchase furniture and how to consign furniture. We need to create a system for choosing what we take in to purchase, because it's kind of subjective, and I honestly think a proper system would help me make good buying decisions sometimes, because sometimes the odd time my judgment will lapse and I'll take something in we shouldn't have taken in, but I can create systems I know around what to take in, and it'll block me from taking in those things that aren't good things to take in. I need to establish systems for close rate. We need to find out how many people we're converting out of the people who walk into the store. We don't have a real structured system from bringing people to first contact with the business through to having their item delivered. It's a little bit like a hodgepodge. There's a rough outline of a system of things that I do, but there's no true system all the way from like first contact to having their piece delivered. And I think if we established a system and we could track the numbers of people that we're converting, I could more accurately determine if salespeople are performing well, and if I'm performing well, if we're progressing as a business. So that's something that I think I realized we need, because I went on this trip and we didn't sell anything, and I really want to know is that because we have had like a lower amount of people come into the shop in the past few days, or is that because the salesperson's close rate was not very good. What did go well is we've updated each product in Shopify to have a whole bunch of information in meta fields that are hidden to customers but visible on our side, so we can determine what needs doing to a given product, like what I estimate before we get it into the shop, what the inventory prep guys estimate it needs when they see it in real life, and then the actual time that it takes to do the things. All that information is like now associated is all in the Shopify products, and so I could just I got to just like fill out the information that I needed to fill out from when I chose to intake those products, and have to explain what our inventory prep guy on Monday had to do. He just got to the shop, looked at the products that he had, they were in drafts, and got to work on completing the process of cleaning and inspecting and then photoing the products and then uploading them to Shopify. So that was good. I didn't have to direct him there. Normally I have to say, okay, so today we're gonna start with cleaning this, and then I want you to photo this, and then I want you to like yada 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 yada, whatever it is. And I just didn't have to do any of that because it was all written down in the product in Shopify that he could just look at. Pretty stoked to have gotten away. I'm feeling really good. I want to do more of that kind of stuff, and camping, biking trips, because that's like the funnest stuff ever. And that's like what, before I started all this business stuff, that's what I love to do. I haven't got to do that stuff too much for the past good few years, and it just feels so good to do it again. I'm excited to keep growing the business, making it better, and doing fun things at the same time, and letting the fun things help me grow the business, because that's what this is. I just got to identify some weak points in the business because I took this time away. I'm going to improve on those weak points and make the business better. That's going to bring the business closer to automated, and it's going to bring it closer to therefore saleable, or just something that I can just keep for myself. We'll see what happens. But yeah, the fun trips are awesome, and they're bringing me closer to the goals.